It is, I have never been so happy. Now this is, you know, I mean, I know you're interested, but it's a wonderful place. And you know what I like about it, of course we're not full yet, but I think we have 18 now, but it'll only be 12, 24. And that's enough for a nice, it's a nice closeness here. We all get along. There's not a one of us has an angry word to say to each other. Like, I'm surprised we got along so well, because a bunch of old women and then a couple of men. I feel sorry, we got to get another man for Earl, because he's kind of on his own, and he needs somebody. And the other man's married, so he's okay.
Is this your first community to live
Yes. In? Oh yeah, I lived alone.
Okay.
I've been a widow for a long time, many years.
So what was it like adjusting from living at home to living at Country Place?
Well, living at home was very lonely. I had a big house. See, I worked until I had this accident. And then there was no more working, no more driving. So it was shut up in a house. And I lived in a community. I had next door neighbors and neighbors behind. But they were a group of people that never visited. And I'm as guilty as the next one, because I didn't visit either before this. So we just lived, and I knew they were there, but there was no closeness, And so when the doctor told me, after a lot of therapy, he told me there was nothing more he could do. And my dog pulled me down. My little dog pulled me down in the yard. And I went around the yard a couple of times, and I had the leash in my hand, but it got out. So when the leash left my hand, I fell and hit my head, and they came down on my shoulder, and that was it. That's as far as it goes. So after months of therapy, and I worked so hard, so I had to come to terms with that. And my daughter told me, said, well, you need to be looking for somewhere to go. And I said, well, I think if I could sweep a little bit or vacuum, I can live here by myself. And she said, well, you can try it. But I couldn't. Sweeping was out of this, and then vacuuming was another thing. So I said, well, I guess I'm going to have to find a place to live. And I said, but where do I go? And she said, well, we just have to look around somewhere. And so we didn't know this place was being built. And someone happened to come by and see us and said, well, they're building a assisted living in Foley, a new one. I didn't want to go to the other bigger place. And I wanted a small place. And so we went, and I gave them $500 to hold the room. And then on April the 19th, 5 of us moved in here. And I said, this is the happiest day, and it's going to be happy from now on. I'm not going to let anything worry me, and I don't. And of course, I've got a nickname, as you've been told. And I don't know if I'm really her, though. But anyhow, I just enjoy it. It's just a joke. But everybody's been so kind, and the staff here is great. They'll do anything for you. And another thing, the food is just excellent. And that's a real big thing, your food. And there's some things that I have not eaten before until I came here. So it was different, but it wasn't bad, but I just wasn't used to eating those things. My diet was sandwiches and soup, can of soup, and then it would be a can of soup and then sandwiches. And that was my diet, you might as well say. Yeah, just like that. So I'm having a ball here, and we, of course, have so much fun with Molly and our activities. She's one girl that's so sweet. And we have a barrel of fun and play bingo and all other things and cards. And it's such a homey atmosphere, and everybody loves us. And of course, there's a little pet here, and the lady's got a little dog, and I can see it. She's just 2 doors down. And it's just really a beautiful.
That's the exact story we wanted.
You want anything?
Get that very last part. I knew you were fixing to run out of space. But just the last couple words you said. We got.
You said if anybody's looking
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
place to live, I recommend Country Place.
All right, so
Say that's if you could
start there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody's looking for a place to stay and live here, this is the best place. They'll never be sorry that they came. I'm so happy. I don't go out of the house hardly, here. It's just something to do all the time.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
That's it.